Hello everyone. In today's tutorial, we're diving into the world of front-end magic by creating a stunning small landing page. We'll be adding a fiery touch with a CSS fire animation and taking it to the next level with an insane 3D text effect. Whether you're a beginner looking to enhance your skills or an experienced developer seeking some creative inspiration, this video for you. So, grab your code editor, and let's set the digital world ablaze. First of all, let's prepare the HTML structure we need. We'll create an H1 heading with the class name title and place the text here, as well as an H2 element for the subheading. After that, we need to prepare for the fire animation. For this we need to create a parent div element with the name of the fire class, and then I will create 52 additional divs with class name fire item, each of which will represent a small fragment of the animation. Now we have a prepared HTML structure without styles. Let's make some beauty. But before that we need to connect our style sheet to index.html file. First, let's add styles to our body element. Remove the default margins. Set the width to 100%. And the height to 100 VH so our body elements take full screen. Then we will add the background image by specifying URL to our hell image. After that, we need to add a few styles for the background image. Set the background repeat to no repeat. And the background size to cover. Also set the overflow to hidden. At this point, we have prepared our background and it's time to make our text come alive. Let's add some 3D effects and animations to it. To do this, we'll use the title and subtitle classes that we defined when preparing the HTML. First, let's set the text color to red to make it look better on our website. I will set the Roboto font family, but you can set it as you wish. Also we need to increase text size to 7em, and the font weight to 700, as well as centering the text. Then we need to set the absolute position for our text so that it is above the background and the fire animation. In this case I will set the top 35%, and the left 50% so that it is centered on the x-axis. And don't forget the transform translate property so that our text is displayed properly. Also for a text we need to set width to 100%. Since we've styled our text, it's time to create the animation and 3D effect of the text. So let's go back to the code and do it. To make it more beautiful, let's set mix blend mode to color. This property will blend our text color and color of background. Next we will specify animation property. Let's name it text, make it 5 seconds long and set infinite property, so it will never end. To create a 3D effect, we'll use the text shadow, make several elements, and add a 1 pixel offset to each of them, which will create an effect like in 3D text. As you can see, it looks much better now. Now let's add a bit of blur to our text and set z index to 2. Also, we need to add some styling to the subheading, so let's reduce the font size a bit to 4em and make the top property 50% so that it's below our main heading. As you can see, now it is work as expected. Now let's define the keyframe for our text animation. We'll make the animation look like the text is on fire. To do this, break the animation into 5 points, 0, 25, 50, 75 and 100% and set the color for them as you wish. I set it similar to the default color but a little lighter and darker to get the desired effect. With that, we're done with the text. Let's see what result we get. And after we finished with the text, it was time to make the fire animation. To make a fire animation, we need to first prepare styles to wrap our fire elements. Let's update the fire class with the following styles. Set the absolute position. Make it -13em from the bottom to make it look like the fire is coming from somewhere below. Set the left property to -5em. Then make it full width. Add the blur property to make it look more like fire. Now let's add styles for the fire element class. Firstly, we'll add an animation with the name fire, duration 1 second and easy in style. Also we have to make this animation infinite. After that we'll create the fire elements by adding a background image. There we have to specify a radial gradient with red color and size 20%. And another color with size 70%. We'll make this element a border radius of 50%. After that, we can specify Mix Blend Mode property with Value Screen, so it will combine our page colors. Set the initial opacity to 0. We will change it later in animation. Set the position property to absolute and bottom to 0. Next important thing is to add size of fire. Let's make width and height of element for 20 em. When that's done, we can start creating our fire animation. Let's define the styles for the key point from. It should have an opacity of 0. Next we'll specify transform translate y to 0. And scale to 1. At 25% we need to change the opacity to 1. And at the end point we need to set the opacity to 0 again. Also we need to set the transform translate y to 20 em to make it look like fire. And scale to 0. And that's it, our fire animation is ready. Let's take a look at the middle animation result and continue with implementation. And the last action here is to place the fire elements across the entire width of the page. For this we need to update each of the elements and set their animation duration and the left property. To do this, we will use a pseudoclass of the nth type. For example, for the first element I will set the animation duration to 0.65 seconds. And the left property to 0, this value will be increased by 0.02 for each subsequent element, so our elements will occupy the entire width of the page. Let me change the position of first element, so I will show you how it will looks on the page. As you can see, it look like an ember of fire. So let's specify styles for all our elements that we have. And there we have it, I've specified duration and position for all elements and background, to not waste your time. Now we have such list animation elements which represents fire animation together. So, let's see the result. As you can see, we have beautiful fire animation in 3D text in addition. If you find this video interesting, please subscribe to the channel and left some comments.